Alright guys, welcome back. We're here San Antonio Laser Engraving, and we came to visit Ian. Ian runs River City Pawn. Is it Pawn and Jewelry or just River City Pawn?
Pawn and Jewelry.
River City Pawn and Jewelry. So Ian obviously owns one of our lasers, but we wanted to come visit with him because he has like a really niche thing that he does. Obviously he has like... Charlie wanted to come in and say hi. He's a movie star. Hey Charlie, movie star. He's such a good doggy. He's such a good doggy. Okay, dog. He has a really niche thing that he does. He actually owns a pawn shop, but he takes some of these guns and he customizes them and modifies them, and it actually looks, some of his stuff is really good. I've seen some of his stuff on Facebook and stuff, so it is really cool. Ian, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and I guess how you got into this, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A little bit of background, and then how you got to here, you know?
Okay, yeah. So I originally graduated from the Citadel. I didn't pursue a military background, but I fell in love with firearms from hunting prior and then obviously going to the Citadel. I started working in the pawn shops because they knew about guns, but they didn't know much. And I knew a lot, what I thought was a lot. And I continued to do that and build. And actually, the laser engraving all started because of a movie. There was a gun in a certain film that Harley Quinn carried.
The Harley Quinn gun.
Yes, the Harley Quinn gun.
The love-hate on the cylinder?
Oh, yeah.
I love that one.
And my girlfriend told me, I want that gun. And I'm sitting here going, okay, I'm gonna go buy the $30 gun. No, I want the real one. Okay. So sure enough, I work at a pawn shop and we had a Rhino here. So I'm like, all right, I got half of it. Now what do I do? And I started looking up at Cerakote, and then up popped your guys' name. And I'm going, okay, yeah, I can make it.
Yeah.
Sure enough, brought it in, and I brought that in on Monday. They started working on it, sending me pictures. I believe Tuesday I brought over 20 to 30 other guns to get engraved. And Friday I signed up for the Monday class.
Nice.
I was so cool seeing how quick it worked, the designs, and they're like literally teaching me how to do it before I even signed up for the class. And I'm sitting here like, oh, this is so easy.
We make it look easy.
Yes, you
it's
guys
probably
do
not
make
that
it
easy, but we do.
No, we definitely made it look easy, and yeah, no, I fell in love with it because girlfriend wanted it.
Yeah, and that's the cool part I think too about what we do is that you're right. It is someone showing you how to do what we do. It does make it look so. It actually just removes that 6, 7, 8 month, 1 year learning curve and mashes it into a week. And I say that all the time, but it really does. Like you're coming out of class and you're ready to do projects.
I was very nervous. The first day I'm sitting here going, a week?
Is that enough?
Haven't these guys been doing this since they were like 12? Like, no, I can't. Oh yeah. No, that disappeared within the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You started to see the process and...
Oh yeah, it was literally just work your way out, and then you're sitting here going, okay, how does this build into engraving? And before you know it, you're doing the engraving.
Yeah.
And wait, just follow those steps? Oh, okay.
Notes,
done.
right?
Yeah, the
Your
notes.
Notes is your key,
The
right?
notes
The
were key.
Notes is the key.
The notes were key, and also the guys that were there, here, just apply it. And any question was just here. Throw it in here, try that. Oh, it didn't work? Okay, try this little mix. Okay, it worked, cool.
And so how was that, you know, obviously you got back and you see the potential, right? So you started doing projects, you started doing this. How fast was it before you were like, okay, I need more. I need to do more. I need more lasers, to do more projects because I have too many jobs. I mean, talk about that process.
Yeah, so obviously, I mean, a laser needs time to do work.
Right.
So when I first started, it was magazines. You know, I think most people started magazines and maybe a little bit of stippling. You know, hitting metal is kind of a little scary at first. So I did that for about 2 weeks, and I was like, all right, I need to step it up. I started doing guns, by about the 12th day, I had my laser, and I asked, can I run it through the night? Can I do more? And I was whipping at about 3 to 4 guns a day, running it consistently through the night, obviously the same pattern. Right. And I realized, well, I got 3 stores. How am I supplying them? How am I doing this with my engraving? Hey, boss, we already sold those. We need more. And I believe by 7 months, I had 3 lasers.
The logic is there, right? Like it's just,
oh yeah,
I have the potential, and I just need the equipment, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, about the lasers is how I acted about it as a business was, it's not making me any money if it's just sitting there, so it needs to be running, doing something. Right. And it was always running.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. That's a lot of maybe that's a lot of fears of people, like people who might be watching this right at home.
Yep.
They're like, I really don't know. I mean, and hearing someone's own testimony. We're not, picking you because you're successful or because you have 3 stores. We just want real people's reaction. Like, I want them to understand, should I buy this? Should I do this? They're at home and they're on the internet and they're on YouTube and they're searching, looking for this, looking for that, and they're doing all their homework. They're doing their due diligence. I just want them to be able to understand from just someone's point of view. Here's why. Here's why you come to us. Here's why. Not because we're we're this or we're claiming to be the best. Just because it truly is a business in a box. It truly is about helping people. And I know Fred has told me many times. He's had people come up to him and tell him, "Man, you changed my life," or their wife comes up, "You changed his life, and thank you so much." And because I want people to understand that you just get through the process and the potential is there, right? So
I mean, it's grown our business so big, and this is just, I'm only referring to guns that I'm building specifically for my store to sell.
Right.
I still have people coming in to all the stores to get their guns engraved. So
bringing their gun.
That's a whole totally separate side of it.
Right.
And the potential was literally, the goal was get our money back, and when you want to do cool little projects for people, do it.
Right.
That was the original goal.
Right.
It's completely changed. I mean, I'm having to focus more on the laser side. I've had to hire more people to help out in the front so that we can just grow as big as possible.
It's those success stories I get so excited about because I know the process works and it's great.
It's so much fun.
That's all. So best project and worst project, and what did you learn from it?
Oof. Okay, best project for sure was a Smith & Wesson 500. It had a 10.5-inch barrel. This was actually one of my first success from online social media.
Okay.
I had made an Instagram. I don't know what it was. My girlfriend helped me make it and started throwing up pictures, and then I had to learn about these hashtag things and threw them up there.
Right.
And I had somebody from New York call me and said, "Hey, I have this monster of a gun. I want it to look like Viking theme." Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, before I even saw the gun, I quoted him a price and everything.
Right.
The gun comes in, it's massive. And I'm just sitting here going, oh man.
I really shot myself in the foot on this one.
Yeah. But after about 2 weeks, I fell in love because I learned so much on that gun. How to engrave it, how to roll it, hitting all the spots because he wanted every single inch covered. And then, as it changed, took pictures. Hey, do this. I want this also added. Okay.
Right.
And then sending it to the person. That's always, you take your pictures and you send them, and it's always I love it.
It's that hold your breath. The hold your breath moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, this guy just got ecstatic. He was so happy. And then when I mailed it to him, he's taking pictures with his friends, going down to every watering hole, telling people about it. And I'm going, awesome. I nailed this. I love it. It's perfect.
That's awesome. It's the feedback, right? That's awesome.
The feedback is so nice. Or the thank yous.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this. I know that was hard. I know I might have been a little difficult, which sometimes customers are, they want, but make sure to ask. I mean, you do exactly what they want. That's easy. But yeah,
I tell people all the time too, it's like you can take an already memorable moment. Something like that, a memorial gun or something for a retiring captain, or just like we had the other day, a father coming in and he's getting his daughter's rifle engraved. Right. It's already a magical moment. A father giving his daughter or his son a rifle, and to make it, the laser takes it and makes it that much more magical. It's on your name and the date and how old they are or whatever it is, and it's that personalization that I love. And it sounds like you nailed it right there.
Well, most people who bring in an item to get that kind of engraving, it's already very personal to them.
Yeah.
And you make it that much more, and
you can't even put a price tag on it because they would pay whatever at that point. It's about the memory.
Yeah, and they literally, just the smile.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And
so
then worst. Yeah.
This was actually very recent. It was a Glock. I was doing a stipple job on it, and I'd done colored frames before, but this was a factory frame from Glock. And I didn't change my settings to that. I kept it on if it was black, and you hit start, and once you hit start, it burned this thing in half. It completely melted it, and it was just destroyed. And I'm sitting here looking at it. I honestly got up and left. I hit the button to start it because I trusted myself, and I left. And I came back and had a little fire, and I'm just sitting there just like, oh. And of course, I blamed the machine.
Yeah.
That's always the first thing. This machine, what's wrong with it? And sure enough, I looked at my settings and they were all whacked.
So what did you learn? Check your settings?
Check your settings twice, but also don't think every metal or plastic's the same.
Right.
Some are different,
Right. They all
and you have the
react
tools
different.
to do it. Just
Yeah, make sure you check your setting.
and it never hurts to do a test run.
Right.
You can always, you know, go on the inside, do a little test
Inside
run,
the
check
mag
yourself.
well or something, yeah.
Yeah. So yes, it wasn't a super expensive because I've heard of some very expensive fails.
Yeah.
This wasn't a bad one.
Yeah.
But got a new frame in. Customer at the end was happy, but it was a scary moment.
What does Ian do for fun?
Hunting. As you saw, my dog that was in here, Charlie, she and I, if there's any free time, we're either quail hunting or duck hunting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so this time of the year, you know, it's summer, so we're just.
Do you ever take any of the guns out there from the wall and take them on a test drive or a fun run?
Well, not the new ones, but
No.
yeah, definitely the used ones. I've actually had it.
That's the cool thing is you get to shoot all the cool stuff.
Right.
though,
I've had it where yes, I've left my shotgun at home and borrowed one from here.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, this is Ian at River City Pond. If you're in San Antonio, over off of WW White, or I think you have 2 other stores.
Yep,
You want to shout those out? I don't know where
and-
that.
Yeah,
Shirts.
it's in Shirts in Missouri City, right outside of Houston.
Nice. If
Yep.
you're, yeah, that's cool, man. I appreciate you taking the time to visit with us.
Yeah, thank you so
Thanks, man.
much.
Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.